Yo, what's up, YouTube? Today we're going retro, alright, and taking a look back at some classic fighting game consoles. We're gonna rate them by how good they were for fighting games and how bad they were as well, right?
So you know what you should never forget is hitting that subscribe button down below. Especially if it's still red, please hit it, turn on the bells for the post notifications so you guys know when anytime the Panda fighting game channels do release videos. Dreamcast, obviously the GOAT, like I said. Dreamcast got the Marvel 2, CDS2, obviously still tournament preferred. They have Third Strike as well. They have the Alpha series. Literally all the arcade Capcom fighting games, it was on this bad boy.
Soul Calibur was on there. When you saw the graphics for the Dreamcast, your mind was blown. For that reason, actually, it's the GOAT.
PlayStation 2. This had a little bit of everything too. And overall, being just one of the goated consoles, just straight up ever, I don't even want to think about it, is going in S.
PS2 was a huge staple when it comes down to the FGC back in the day, right? FGC used to run Third Strike on the Anniversary Edition. It had Tekken 5 for tournament. Tekken 5 was amazing on the PS2. Capcom vs SNK2 was amazing as well. The only thing that was bad was Marvel 2. Marvel 2 was bad, bro. Marvel 2 was trash on PS2. The GameCube, you gotta give props to it, bro. People still play Super Smash Brothers Melee up to this day on tournaments. Like you can't just take that away from the community.
The PSP, I had one of these very early, and it was the quickest thing that I ever parted with. I think in like 6 months, I had buyer's remorse.
You know what? Let's go to the top. Let's go to the GOAT. I don't think you can argue that PC is not like the best. Like you can't argue that PC is not the best.
This is PC? What? Go. Fuck. Stop. Now, PC doesn't get everything though. And sometimes the ports are bad, but Street Fighter superior, Strive superior, MK superior, Tekken superior. Never mind. This is goated. Because PC is flexibility. If you have the hardware, it's not even close.
I would say I'm gonna put Xbox, the original Xbox, in A tier, right? The reason why I put original Xbox A tier is because it did have it was the first generation of kind of online fighting games.
I played Mortal Kombat. I played the Art of Fighting on here. Whoosh! I don't even know how I managed to have a copy of that game. I think we got it out the pawn shop, low key. We were in there. I looked at a bunch of titles. My mom was like, "Hey, just get one," and I was like, "Oh, this says fighting on it. Must be a fighting game. Let me get that." So it was lit. Had some good memories. I don't remember them running the best. The Street Fighter 2, obviously. Oh no, never mind. We going up, baby.
So I'm gonna put this on trash because I don't know if did Street Fighter ever existed on NES? No, it did not.
Whatever. I'm not playing fighting games on the NES. It's trash.
We gotta put the PS3 in S. You know what I'm saying? The quality of the ports. Beyond that, the games. Just look at the games.
The PlayStation 3. All right. This is when I came into the FGC and PS3, 360, Wii generation, and I, for the life of me, could not realize why we would run any game on PlayStation over its Xbox 360 counterpart. They all ran better. I'm not about to argue with you. You can have that. For exclusives, obviously you do that, but given a choice, never.
Xbox 360, and we're gonna put it in the GOAT tier because Xbox 360 is naturally a better version of PS3 when it comes down to fighting games. Because everyone prefer to play on Xbox 360 because there's less input delay, there's less lag.
I have my gripes with fighting games in the PlayStation 4, but because it has so much of everything, it can't be less than A. It just can't be. It has to be that. If they ran better, I'd put it here, but because of the sheer variety.
But overall, with all the collections, the ability to download some of these anthologies and stuff like that, re-releases, and having the latest and greatest, it's gotta go into S. Online capability too as well. All that good stuff, patches and all that stuff like that. Just in general,
You know, I'll give a credit for the Wii. You know why the Wii was pretty good? Because it had Top Snuggle vs. Capcom, actually. So we're going to give the Wii A tier because I got third at EVO on the Wii for Top Snuggle vs. Capcom.
Yeah, this is going to the trash. Yeah, there's not much you can really do. Smash and DBFZ are the only ones I can really see, bars, that are on the Switch besides a few other weird ones, right? Like, nothing else.
We're gonna put Switch in A tier because it had nice fighting games, like Tekken. It had, you know, all like the eShop games from SNK and Street Fighter. Obviously, it has Smash Ultimate. So ultimately, I think the Switch is a good, you know, like portable fighting game that you can bring around and play and stuff like that.
This is actually like bad, but like it has Smash, I guess. Nah, but I did get to Elder God on MK. I would never voluntarily play a fighting game on Switch unless I absolutely have to. Trash.
This is Neo Geo. I think it's Neo Geo. We're gonna put an S because I mean, bro, all these Neo Geo games like the King of Fighters series, Samurai Showdown, World Heroes.
You cannot put this also as a GOAT. Maybe not always as strong as the ones on that same list, but again, still super strong. There's no way that you can't put that on a list and say this guy right here ain't the GOAT.
Is this a Genesis? Genesis, we're gonna put as trash.
Genesis. Oh, I mean, this had the superior versions of a franchise that is near and dear to my heart. So with the ability to play, you know, Mortal Kombat games and blood codes and all that good stuff, it has to go up here in S. It just has to. No, this is trash for fighting games. Like you just, granted, you can play Mortal Kombat, you can play Tekken, but with the overwhelming majority of the player base on the play, like if you played fighting games in this generation, you need a PlayStation 4. The end.
Best consoles of all time. But did you guys know that the PS1 has the most crappiest fighting games, the most random hit and miss fighting games? They just mashed. Literally, developers mashed and made the most random fighting games of all time. So ultimately, in the end, this might be the hottest take of the century, but we are going to put the PS1 in the trash category.
And for many of these virtual consoles that are on here for these games, or many of the consoles that have virtual consoles on them that host plays fighting games, they come from here. The PlayStation 1. Pay respects right now. Everybody pay respects for the PlayStation 1.
If SmackDown Here Comes the Pain is a fighting game, I'm gonna keep it a buck, and I'm gonna let the 64 and the PlayStation share the same, the same ideals. So we'll do that.
So that is the tier list. Like I said, my tier lists are usually facts.
I think that's a good list. I think a lot of the ones at the top either revolutionize, fighting games.
So this is my list. Whether you agree or not, I don't care because opinions are subjective. So I'll hear yours, but I'm not gonna change mine. Cool? Cool. And you should have the same energy from me as well.
You don't have to tell me that you agree, because I know you do, but you can go ahead and give me my accolades in the comment section below, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.